Hello everyone, I'm Defudge3004. Welcome back to Stario Haven Tower. Thank you for coming to hang out with me. I always enjoy having you here. Sit back, relax, enjoy the video, and let's get into some gaming. So we are very close to getting into the mist zone. As you can see right there at the top of the screen, there's that mist zone right up here. We only have a couple of more levels that we need to do to get up there. But when we were doing the last episode, it said something about workers can only have 3 levels between, their jobs and where they live. And one of the things that I noticed is if I spin this around and I find out where it is, this guy right down here, this research station, is way down here. So we're probably going to have to put in another research station up here. We got the Stone Eagle built the last time, which is this right here. You can see that thing right there. And we also have this thing right up here that is the next level up that actually does with a lot of help with the in all industrial production increase. So there's more wood, more brick, more sand, and more glass being made. So I think that's actually really cool that there is that going on. So we also have one other level on top of there. That's the lapis lazuli that we put in the last time. Let's go ahead and put in a research station before we move up to the next level. We put in a farm too. So this is our first farm right there, and you can see how that looks. Looks very interesting. I like the jet jellyfish and then the box jellyfish. That's pretty cool. So we have some farm happening there, making potatoes. So we should have some potatoes going. We have 11 potatoes. That's good. We also have a bit of the sea buckthorn. And then down on this level, we have some cactus. Quite a bit of cactus, to be honest. So let's go ahead and put in the research station so that way we can have that a little bit closer. We're definitely going to have to put it somewhere where, it won't be in the way of anything. And this is about the only place that we have left to put anything on this level. We can put something else on other levels. But for right now, maybe we'll kind of stick that maybe more in the middle. It will stick up over the next area, and that's okay. That does happen. So there is that. Okay, now that we have that one is done, we need to go up to the mist zone, construct layer 10, and reach the mist zone. So we have that going on. Let's go to the research and let's go see what we have underneath there. So we have the Stone Eagle and stuff, compact storage unit. The finest carpenter from the down city, skilled in barrel making and furniture crafting, can build containers for us to temporarily store supplies. So actually that looks really good. So there's a small wooden barrel and there's a small wooden container we can put supplies in. So we actually have enough stuff. We should just go in and research that since we have another research station. We're just going to go ahead and do that, and then we'll see about some signposts or something a little bit later. And maybe even some quartz technology and pipe transport soon. Let's go ahead and get that done. And then let's go ahead and go down to the jobs, and let's go ahead and do the research station already has 2 people. We will actually move the dew collector down, and then we will put the research station above that. So that way that can be researched a little bit quicker. And then we will, of course, move stuff back up because the dew collectors are going to be okay. We do have enough water, and that's going to be good. That's going to help us out. Okay. How close are we to our next disaster? We still have about 26 minutes. And if we can get out of this sand zone, then maybe we can do pretty good. And that would actually help us out quite a bit. Our research is getting close to done. And then we'll have that ready so we can have that. Cool. So now we have that open. That should be under logistics. Cool. Small wooden containers. May these crates never stand empty when famine grows. Okay, cool. That would be really good to do. So that way we can put in a couple of these and we'll work on those here in just a quick minute. Alright, let's go see about these containers. I don't know where we place those, but if we can place a couple of them, that might actually help us out quite a bit. And then we can have, some good things to store stuff in. And maybe we can have enough resources to supply ourselves for a little bit. Let's put one over there. And then let's go and see about the barrel too. And let's put the barrel over there on that side. Okay, cool. So now that we have that, let's click on this and let's go see. Item is not set. So what do we want to put in here? Well, looks like we do have a little bit of sea buckthorn. So let's go and put the sea buckthorn in there. So that way we have quite a bit of that. And then maybe in this one, we can go and put in like maybe some water or dust. I think water would be one of our better options. And then that way we always have water. So when the dust storms come, we will have plenty of water. So we should be having enough food and water, and that's going to help out. And then we have some barrels to store stuff in. That's pretty doggone cool. And I do like the way those barrels look. That's really cool. And the crates too, they look pretty awesome. You can see what they're holding right on the outside. You can kind of see a little water icon right there. There we go, it just lit up. How do you like that? Cool. So now we have lots of water and all of that. Now let's go ahead and see about putting on another construction piece. And I want to put terrace. Hey, we haven't built a terrace yet. Terrace and a headland. You know, we should build some of this other stuff. We do have a lapis. That's the one we have on right now. And I'm thinking, let's go and do a terrace. Let's go look at this guy, huh? Let's go see what he looks like. Let me go up. Okay, so that's kind of cool looking, huh? Let me go spin around and just see. Okay, we can move him a little bit, and that's okay. We have to move him anyway because he won't work with that thing right there, the research station. Let's turn him a little bit like that, and we're gonna have to move him over a little bit more. Okay, will that work? That should work right there. Maybe he might have to go over a little bit more. Let me see. Let me move him over like that right there. So he's hanging over a little bit on one side over here, kind of protecting those homes. And then we have a little bit of area that we can work with right there. Let's go in and confirm that. Alright, that guy just came in all fast. That was awesome. So that guy did pretty good for us. Now that we have lots of stuff up here, we should be able to build some pretty cool things. Let's go in and start, of course, you know, building some huts. Because we're going to need them anyway. I want to save that open space for different things. And let's just go and put a couple of huts over here. Couple of huts there. And then maybe we can go and put in like some water and different stuff up here to help ourselves out. Because we're always going to need the dew collectors. That much is for sure. So we'll go in and put in our normal stuff, and then we'll see where we are at that point. Okay, so I went ahead and put in a couple more houses, some more of the dew collectors. We have our glassworks, our this thing right here, our sand brick factory. I actually built this stuff one space up, so I tore them down and made them flush with the bottom. And then we have our dust collector. So now we have this stuff. Now we're starting to make some pretty good stuff here, looks like. And that's good. That's what I'm looking for. So we can probably put in another plantation somewhere, maybe. Or we'll just have that one plantation and then we'll figure out something else. So we have everything there that we basically need. Now what we're going to have to do is figure out some other things to put in. I don't think I want to put a farm in here. We already have a farm down there. And those farms are pretty big, so I'm not going to do that this time right now. We already have a lot of glass coming in. Holy moly, that's crazy. We're getting very, very close to the mist zone. That is nuts. So that's really, really, really good. Let's go to the jobs. Okay, and let's go ahead and we'll take that guy up there. Give some more to that. And we'll take the plantation up one, so that way that's even more jobs, and that'll help. And the farm should be okay with just those two, because there's only 2 jobs there anyway. Then we can have even more people working, and that should help out quite a bit. Okay. So we have this level going. We could put in another plantation, I think, potentially right in, nope, not quite. Won't quite fit in there. Okay. He just won't quite fit. There's not enough room. I was hoping that maybe we could, but it isn't going to work as far as I know. Nope, there's just not quite enough room to make that second plantation work, but that's okay. We can always have some other things happening, and maybe, let me see, how much water do we have? We actually have a lot of water going on, so that's actually really, really good. How much water do we have going on in these down here? There's 18 water there and 20 in there. You can see that right there. So there should be a bit of water happening, and that's good. And maybe what we can do is actually take this plantation, and instead of that, let's go and do some cactus this time. So that way we have enough cactus, and then that way we don't have to worry about it, and then we can put in a couple of other containers too. Maybe we can put those containers in some, other places, and go see if we can actually get a couple of more things coming in to help ourselves out. So we'll do that, and then we'll put in, of course, another barrel. There we go. Then we can put the cactus in here. I don't see why not. That's not going to hurt anything. And of course, we want to have water in those barrels, because I think the water is the most important thing for now, because that's just really important. So, okay. That's going to help. Hopefully there will be enough stuff. Looks like we are producing quite a lot of stuff. Let's go down to the jobs. Sand brick and the dew collector are working good. All right, cool. So we have one more layer to go before we actually get down there. And this guy's coming in 13 minutes. We'll have a storm. I don't know of any other research that we're going to be able to do or should do right now. The pipe research would be really good. So transport, some resources are more abundant than at higher altitudes, and letting them slide down to the pipes is the most convenient transportation method. Pipelines are not slides for tower citizens. It's forbidden to crawl inside them as a shortcut to the lower layers of the tower, so don't use those. Okay. Well, let's go and do that. So that way we have some pipe transport too. That would be good. And then we'll just go to the jobs, and we will, of course, make the research station be something pretty important. So hopefully we can get that guy going. Okay, there we go. Just took him a little bit to get that going. And there's only 2 on duty because the distance between the research stations is farther than what they can travel, as everybody continues moving up, because there's that one down there, and then there's one over here on this side, wherever it is that I put it, because we had to move this thing over to make him fit in there. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't seem to see a research station on these upper levels anywhere. There's one down here. I'm not noticing any other research stations, and I know I put one in. Maybe building this destroyed us somehow, and maybe that was a bad thing to do, was to, put that in like we did, and maybe it damaged it and to the point that it had to be taken out, huh? That is always a possibility, because I am only seeing that one at all, and I thought that I know I put in another one. Well, that is just very bizarre. I guess what I'm going to have to do then is go see if I can put in another one to make it better for our people. Can't attach here, but we can attach there. Okay. Well, we do have some areas that we can put this one in. I'm thinking that we may have to, put it in like over here or something, right here in this area. Gonna have reserved, but I guess if that's what we have to do, then that is what we have to do. So I guess I'm gonna take that out. Actually, there we go. Okay, so we have the research complete with the pipes and stuff, so now we can do that. Now with the jobs, okay, Research station must have got destroyed somehow and I just didn't notice it. That's the only thing that I can think of. We'll move that guy back down. Okay, so now we have pipes. So that should be under the logistics. A wooden pipe controls the trajectory of falling items, make it easier to transport solid things down. So it cannot transport fluids like water or sand, but the glass pipe can. So we can actually move things down from up here to lower levels. And that's going to be good because there may be some things that we may want to move. So maybe what we can do is, since we do have like some food and stuff on this level, maybe we can take a pipe there. Then we can send that down to... Let's go and take a pipe down. We did do this on the demo, so I do remember that. Maybe we'll take him down to like this level or something. So that we have that. Okay. So now we have some food that can be going around, and let's go and click on that. And let's go ahead and see. Now first I gotta make sure that I know what I want to have taken down. So it looks like we do have a lot of like the cactus. So let's go ahead and let's do the cactus. That way they have them on the lower levels and then they can eat the cactus too. Okay. And then of course we can have several pipes going around from different areas, of course, obviously. Now, what I think is we're probably going to have to see how much stuff do we have coming in here. Maybe we should go ahead and do a little bit more before we go up to the next level. Let's go ahead and put in another dust collector just to keep the dust up, so that way, you know, we don't want to have a dust up, but we do want to have enough dust that we can continue making things. So let's put a dust collector there, and then we'll go and put in a couple of more huts to keep our people happy. There we go. Okay, so morale is not the best, but it's still decently enough. Now we'll be able to keep up enough sand and everything so that we have plenty of stuff coming in. Alright, let's go to the mist zone and see if we can get up to there. So we already got that. Let's go to some of these other ones. Ecological garden. All agriculture products increased. You know what? I think that would actually be a really good one to do, huh? Now, is that what that one is? That looks like that's what that one is. Okay. And what I'm thinking is, let's scooch him over like that. Leave a little bit of room on each side. And let's go and leave this side open there with all that room there. And let's just go ahead. I think that'll work there. I think that'll actually look pretty good. Let's go ahead and confirm that. Building of this is almost done. And then we can have all of our agricultural products done. Sweet. Okay. We are almost in the mist zone. This is the last layer of the sand zone. So this is actually going to help us make a lot more stuff. Now I think we should go and put in a couple of plantations on this level for sure. Just so that we can, you know, have them. And we should put in a farm, I think, too. I think that would actually be really, really good. That way we have, you know, enough stuff that we can grow things. We can probably potentially put that farm in somewhere where it can work out good. Guess we're just probably going to have to put it right even with that. But if we can slide it over as much as possible, huh? That's about as far over as it is going to go. So we're going to have another farm coming in. That's okay. Probably need the farm anyway. And this one is just going to go and do the buckthorn. We are okay with that. Now we're going to have to put in our other stuff that we need, of course. So let's go and start working on that, and we'll get some things put in. Oh, sweet. What? First flames, huh? I don't know exactly what that said. Activating the Stone Eagle requires quartz from the mist zone. The tower dwellers are ready to face the unknown heights. Okay, so said something, but I don't know quite what that was, and I don't know if the wish board. Okay, that was not it, and I don't know how to read the stuff that came across. Wow, our morale's doing really good. That's awesome. Well, let's go ahead and put in the rest of our stuff that we need. We're going to be getting a storm here pretty soon, so we're going to have to be prepared for that. But the Stone Eagle should be able to handle it. Okay, there's a sandstorm coming in right now. So let's go in and go to the disaster. It's going to be going on for 30 seconds. That shouldn't be too bad. And hopefully there will be enough water. Looks like there's plenty of water. That's good. That means these guys are actually holding their own as far as that goes. Water's down there, but... Okay, well that's not too terribly bad. So this has like 5 seconds more to go, and then the sandstorm will be over. Okay, so we got, ooh-wee, 261 dust, 25 wood, 11 ore, and 1 more fertilizer. We haven't had fertilizer for a long time. Okay. Well, I think it would probably be a good idea to make sure we always have some things to store stuff in. That way there's, you know, enough. Ooh. Maybe we can put that crate in right there, huh? If we do that, maybe we can put a... Can we put a barrel in front of that? I don't know if that's going to work out very well because a barrel... Well, maybe. Cool, I think we can do that. That's awesome. Okay. So, I think what we're going to do this time is, let me go see what kind of food and stuff there is. So it looks like we have a lot of buckthorn. We do have some potatoes. Let's store potatoes this time. And then, of course, we're always going to store the water because I think that's the best thing always. So we should be having enough water, and I'm going to place a couple of more dew collectors just to keep up on things. We always need those. Those are going to come in, you know, very handy for when we need things. Ooh, we can put a dew collector right there. Sweet, that'll work out good. We have a pretty good place going on here. We're almost to the mist zone. That's cool. And we still have some more area that we can fill out on here. We could even put something, you know, back there if we wanted to. Maybe I'll go and put in another woodcutter station depending on how much. Okay, cool. So we're getting enough wood because I forgot that this thing does a lot of agricultural product, which is good. So maybe we can actually put in another bit of, you know, the woodcutter station. I'm thinking that might not be such a bad idea. Keep things going here, keep us some wood and stuff. So we have enough wood and dust, because the dust is also going to be... Okay, it's for only those things there. Alright, cool. That'll work. Sets the target stock for this layer. Porters will collect items from other layers to meet the target amount. Okay, cool. Locked quantity. I don't know anything about this kind of stuff. So I don't want to do a tower rebuild. Oh, okay, I see. So yes, we can do that. I don't know if it will let us do... It will let us do multiple things. Cool. So maybe we can do something like that. That way we can have, you know, enough food and things. That would help. That way we have that. And I don't know exactly what this locked... Oh, okay. Keeps that stuff locked. Okay. Well, we'll just go and do that. I don't see why not. That way we can learn something, I hope, maybe. Alright, let's go up to the next level and let's go see if we can get that done, huh? Alright, let's go to industrial. We already have that industrial core. So we'll do the normal. And we already have... I don't think we built the terrace, did we? Let me go see what this level is. That's a terrace. Okay, we already have the terrace then. Alright, so I don't want to build the terrace. Well, let's go ahead and do a courtyard then. We'll put that courtyard up there. I think it's going to mess with our glass work, so we're definitely going to have to slide that guy over a little bit. And what do you think? Do you think that looks pretty good there, or do you think it could be moved a little bit? I think that's maybe just a touch that way. There we go. That way it's kind of like offset a little bit, and then we have one place where we could put a couple things, and I think we're going to go and do that. Okay, now we should be in the mist zone now. Yay! Mist zone reached. The tower citizens into the good night are excited for the upcoming new area, but the mist above is whispering unsettling words, whether to quell fear or aid their work. Lanterns will be essential in the mist zone. Fortunately, the tower citizens brought some from the down city, but it's wise to start producing them as soon as possible. The new area gives tower citizens more enlightenments. Their technology will significantly improve. New needs: mist, 150 lanterns. Tower citizens living in the mist zone require lanterns in addition to food and drink. Ensure a steady supply of lanterns to keep new tower citizens arriving in this zone. Okay, so what that means, we probably need to go to here and go see if there's a way that we can find to get probably need a repair kit workshop, you know that, so that we can keep things going. Oh, wheat plantation. Let's research a couple of things. So let's do the what does this do? Unlock greenhouse. Just a little water is all it takes to grow lush plants and flowers in this in the glass greenhouse. Even in the endless wastelands, a touch of green can lift the spirits of tower citizens. I think that's a lot of faith, but I think that's actually a really good thing to do. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'll wait for that to get researched. Okay, the research just got done. I'm putting in a bit of stuff to see what I can put in here. Trying to fill up the gaps. And we're going to have to, of course, put in some other things like, you know, all the normal stuff. So we're in the mist zone now. We finally made it up that far. It's like we do have lots of water, and that's good. That's great. And let's make this plantation. Nope. This plantation. Let's do cactus for it. I think that would be good. Okay. And let's research one more thing. I want to see if we can do the wheat plantation. That would be great to do too. Okay, so now we can have wheat coming in, and then we can have another plantation, potentially on this level, that will produce some wheat, and that would be freaking awesome. And then we'll have some good wheat stuff too. I've noticed that this research progress has stalled out, so I clicked on it. When I did, I noticed that it said quartz. So what that means is that Legend has it that within the mist exists a type of jellyfish whose radiance can soothe the souls of the lost, while also serving as a means to attract their prey. Building a grand lighthouse in the mist zone might attract these jellyfish, use their light to dispel the gloom over the tower. We're gonna have to research this if we want to make that happen. So, we're gonna do that. We're gonna get this researched, and then that way we can get the next area done, and then we can begin getting the lighthouse done, and then we'll have the quartz, then we can get the wheat done, and that would help out quite a lot. The quartz is almost done. There we go. Now we have that. All right. Now, let's go up to here, and let's go see if there's anything else that we can put in. It doesn't look like it, but there may be more stuff a little bit later. But if we can get some quartz, then that would be good. Now we just have to go see about what it's going to take to get quartz in. So there's that greenhouse. Forgot about that. We could put that in. Let's go look under processing. Aha, jellyfish glassworks right there. Sweet. So now we can actually put in a jellyfish place. And I just got to figure out where we're going to do that at. Once that is done, so we're going to be getting quartz from that. Produces quartz and 2 glass. And there's a lantern workshop, which quartz can light up the dark areas, and so we are going to have to put in this to make any of that stuff happen. So I guess what I'm gonna have to do is probably put on hold the research for the wheat for right now and go see if I can actually find a place to put this in. The only place that I really have is over here on this side, but I guess I'm just gonna have to stick that guy in there. Let's go back up to here now, and let's go and do the wheat plantation and continue that research. Okay. So, this guy right here is going to be making 4 quartz, insufficient input materials. Okay, lantern workshop, jellyfish bay. So, produces glass. Okay, we're gonna have to put in the lantern workshop apparently too. We're going to make that happen. So I guess let's go and put that in. Let's put that in as far as we can over here, huh? And then we'll have that, and then we can see if we can actually, in fact, okay, there we go. Now we just need to see how we get the quartz. So the glass works. I don't know if the glass works is going to be able to make anything, but we'll find out. And I don't know if there's... jellyfish bay. That's what we need. That is the next item that's going to have to sit on top. Oh, so it's going to replace that, is it? I don't think I want to put the jellyfish bay right there because that's going to cause some massive problems. So I guess what I'm going to have to do is I will do that, and then we'll see about this jellyfish bay. Okay. Well, let's do the next best thing then. Let's go up one more level. We will put on something like maybe an island. And then we will just kind of get this guy, you know, somewhere in like the middle or something like that. Make sure it isn't going to interfere with things, which looks like it is. Okay, there we go. That should work right there. We'll put this stuff up there. Let's go in and confirm that construction. Okay. Once that's done, then we can see about putting on the jellyfish bay right there. Okay, that should be just about done. It's taking it a quick minute to get done. Okay, cool. Got 24 more morale. Our jobs are definitely coming up, and now we have the jellyfish bay. Yay! Now we might be able to be making a bit of the quartz. So what I'm going to have to do is go to here. We have the glass. We don't have any quartz in there, but let's go to here. We don't have any quartz in there either. Okay. Oh, oh, there it is. Got 8 quartz. Okay. Now, what I'm thinking is seeing if we can actually take these and move these up to the next level, because I think that would work out best up there. So let me go ahead and do that, and we'll build them up there. All right, we just got the wheat plantation done. So that means that we now have some quartz, and that's good. So that is making that. Just started putting in a regular plantation. I want to put the wheat plantation down here. But we do have this now, so this is definitely going to add a little bit more for all of the jellyfish that are coming in. So hopefully we can capture those guys. Still building those 2 places, but we should be doing pretty good with that now. Now that we have that in, we can do a plantation and actually have wheat. And that would actually be really good. And I want to put in a plantation down here that's just going to be wheat, because that was my plan all along. And then we'll be able to really move along here pretty good, or so I hope. Okay. There we go. Now we have the quartz. Now we're having the lanterns. We just need the glass. Okay, sweet. So I'm definitely going to have to put in some more stuff, and that's okay, because this won't take too horribly, hopefully, long to do, and then we'll be able to make some really, really good stuff as we move along. So let me go and get the stuff put in here. Okay, this pipe transport, we'll worry about that in a little bit. Let me just go ahead and see if I can get some things happening over here first. So we started making our first lanterns. We do have a few lanterns. There aren't very many, but there are some. So we do have a lot of quartz. It looks like we have 4 lanterns right now. And right now for the quartz, we just don't have enough workers nearby. So just gonna have to probably put in a couple of more huts and go see. Looks like we're having a bit of stuff happening. I don't know if I can put in the huts and actually, well, maybe. And we're definitely gonna have to put in some repair stations, so we're gonna have to do the repair thing the next time, but we'll get there soon. But this is Stario Haven Tower. We have reached the mist level, and now we have the lantern, the jellyfish bay. So we're doing that pretty good. And it is producing 8 of those quartz a time, so that's really good too. And that is helping. Now, as far as like this guy, maybe he does have, yay, okay, cool. So now that he is doing that, these guys can make a lot of lanterns, and now we should be doing pretty good. So we do have a lot of quartz coming in. We have the jellyfish bay done, and we are in the mist zone. And it looks like we are making quite a few lanterns, and they're going to have to be a lot of lanterns, which is, of course, what we need. And our dust and stuff is coming along pretty good. We do have lots of food and lots of water. I'll put in some containers and stuff, and we have done pretty good. So this is Stario Haven Tower. Thank you for joining me here. If you've enjoyed this episode, drop a like on the video. Let me know what I did good and what I didn't do good, and what you think about the game and all of that stuff. So hope you have a great day, and I will talk to you next time. Bye-bye.